What is up, everybody? I am Tradell Lambert, the comic god, and let's get this started, huh? So today, what we're doing is we are sketching an original Jujutsu Kaisen character, while posing the question: could there be Jujutsu Kaisen school or Jujutsu Sorcery schools in other places? Like in mainly, as you can see, in the U.S. Because I think possibly. uh, sorry. And honestly, I think that would be so cool. So I'm gonna be sketching one from America. I have an idea about what this guy kind of looks like, and I'm doing it under the vein of this is an exchange student that goes to the Jujutsu Kaisen school, and what would that look like? I think that. Oh, whoops, wrong brush. I think that would be interesting to see. All right. So first, we're going to sketch it out. All right. So this guy, um, what I think his power is he can turn his curse energy into like these jets, right? So it's a fire ability, but also uses it's jets. It's like a jet stream. So he uses it to accelerate. He uses it for his physical abilities a lot to fight faster. But also he uses it to fly. So that's probably what I'm going to show. Um, and I really like the idea of a exchange program between jujitsu schools. Um, and I'm caught up with the anime or with the manga, sorry, but I'm not going to do any manga spoilers other than maybe um power system spoilers, which is not a huge spoilers. No story spoilers over here. So I think it'd be cool if there's um other jujitsu schools because honestly, in the manga or in the anime, they say that the U.S. is the biggest place, or not the U.S. Sorry, the Japan is, or yeah, Japan is the biggest place for those spirits. But we know that that's not the only place sorcerers come from because there have been sorcerers that come from other places. For example, like in I guess spoilers for chapter 0, but we know that there was a guy that came from Africa, right? And I think in that he wait, hold up. I'm back. It's right here. Um and I didn't watch the anime, even though I thought it was. Even though when I read it, I thought it was good. I haven't watched the anime because the anime looked a little awkward. But at the end of this, Yuta goes on his travels to get stronger, and I'm assuming he traveled other places than the U.S. You know what I mean? So there's definitely and to like control his powers, but just trying to figure out the figure here. But I'm gonna make it smaller so I could get everything on there. And I have to keep in mind how he would be balanced, just because they're jets, so it's not like he's flying magically, like kind of how Gojo can fly. He kind of just hover or whatever. using whatever ability he has. But this guy would need to focus a little more, I think, because one wrong move and you could just go spinning out. And flying seems to be a rare ability in the Jujutsu world, so would definitely be a benefit. And since they're jets, he probably doesn't have shoes, or doesn't have has a hole in his shoe at the back of his foot, so it has a place to stream out. That's pretty cool. But why is it gray? Oh, because I have it on gray. Anyways, I guess that'll be it until I finish the sketch. But what was I saying? So other jujutsu schools. Oh yeah, there should be other jujutsu schools, and for some reason, in the maybe light spoilers for the manga, but I'm not gonna give any like story things. Nothing specific for story. You could probably balance on just that, right? Because I'll probably free up his hands. I don't know. Anyways, so he. Oh, in the story it says that jujitsu is strongest, like most prevalent um in Japan. But to me that doesn't make sense because it's based off of fear, right? So you would think that would have to be everywhere in the world, right? And the places who are currently in wartime or currently dealing with big epidemics, that that in and of itself would be a reason to have more of that power system, I guess. So that I don't think makes sense, but it doesn't have to. It's his story. I'm not hating on it. Could be something very specific. I don't know. Now I'm doing his jujitsu, his American jujitsu costume, but he has some alterations because he has jets everywhere. Thinking there's a hole here, so if he needs to go back quickly, he just jet stream. But in his hand, I have a baseball bat because he's an American student. I wanted to really, and you know how manga usually is, they really play up the American character. So like in American qualities. So I like the idea of him having the national game of America. He has baseball integrated into his fighting style, and he can fly like an eagle or a jet, which in my opinion feels very American. I might do something different with his hand. I don't know yet. But yeah, I like the idea he's kind of chilling in the sky. He has a baseball bat. He has two. And what would be interesting if right now, what they're doing is interesting. What he's doing, what Gege's doing, in the story is interesting, and I definitely want to see where it goes. But and I know he's going to end it probably within 2 arcs, like finish this arc, do another arc, and then have an ending arc. I think is how he's going with it, or at least that's what I've heard. But you know, Oda said One Piece was going to take 5 years at the beginning of this, so so sometimes stories get away from them in the best way possible, because that's good. One Piece is doing some fun stuff. I'm not caught up on that. I'm caught up on the anime, but not the manga, which I want to start reading. I thought maybe start at Whole Cake Island and then go from there, because for the anime anyways, I really enjoyed Whole Cake Island. It's so like weird and interesting. Um but yeah, I don't know. I'm enjoying One Piece. I'm probably gonna do a One Piece version of this, but I don't know what I'd do for that. Maybe like different devil fruits. Devil fruits I'd find cool. Oh, I could do mythical devil fruits I'd find cool, and then just have a bunch of different mythical devil fruit characters. That would be fun. I don't know. That's an idea for another day. If you wanna, if you wanna see that, let me know. I'm intrigued. Um, so I'm gonna put some music on. But not on stream. You won't hear it because copyright stuff. Even though I think that's kind of dumb, it'd be cool to just kind of vibe out with you guys. But I guess why not just treat it like a radio? You know, I don't know the logistics to all that, so I can't really speak on it. But it would be cool to just be like, and here's my music. But ooh, should I add headphones? I think that might be too much. Maybe I might add headphones. But yeah, this is gonna be a black character who loves baseball, flies like an eagle. It's just gonna be like America. I like the idea that he doesn't wear shoes to make full use of his power, but he's always pissed off about it. Because I'd be pissed off if I couldn't wear shoes, obviously. Um, but not just because shoes are functional, but because I like shoes, right? If I have a good shoe to go with my outfit, who doesn't love that? Am I right? um, I originally designed like half of this outfit when I was doing this Robin like costume. I was doing like my own Robin thing, and then I was like, it'd be cool if I added X, Y, Z, and that'd be a cool jujutsu character. And then I started just going off the rails with it. That's what I usually do. It's a part of the creativity. And so he's mainly a close range fighter, right? But he has a bag full of baseballs, right? And him transferring his cursed energy through the bat to the baseball makes it jet off like a rocket. And that's how he handles like long range problems. So it's not only a trope, but it's functional. Gotta have two sides to everything, am I right? So that's what I think, anyways. But having jujitsu schools in other regions and us seeing that would be um, how other people use jujitsu sorcery, because and how like it could be different, and maybe how our main boy Yuji could get more powerful, because at the moment all he's got is just the cursed energy, right? He doesn't really have any other amp, unless he wants to let Sukuna out, and that's not just like that's not something you could keep on doing. It's eventually going to be too dangerous. I like the idea that he's looking down. Maybe the sun's behind him. Not quite a halo, but almost. And then let's give him sunglasses. Because if you're always flying, you'd want eye protection. And him and Gojo could appreciate their own eyewear. I probably won't do. No, I don't want this shape. I did this last time. I like the circle glasses, but I did that last time, so let's change it up. Oh, like aviators. Let's go. I have to bring that up. I don't know how aviators look off jump. I have to turn on my other screen. Alright, so now I'm just trying to look up aviators. Uh, hmm. Remember, kids, if you're drawing, um, yes, if you're drawing, referencing is important. Oh, you know what I might do, but it wouldn't really go into what I've designed so far. Is I'd give him like an aviator jacket and just like he's real Top Gunny. And this is just a sketch. I don't have to get it perfect right now. Just the basic forms. I like that. He looks real cocky. He's just really into what he's doing. He's looking down at his Masterwork. He just destroyed a bunch of curses. Then, gotta make him in the sky. Why fly if you're not gonna go that high, am I right? I feel like I should have something else up here, though. The peak of a mountain or something. Oh, I think that's pretty cool. And then we could just have like a gradient. Or I guess if the sun's right there, you wouldn't really have one. Maybe a slight one at best. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Or maybe I should have his hand like should be like that. He's like holding out. He's like about to do his next attack. He's holding up the baseball like, "Huh, maybe I'll." Right? Cuz like that's not bad either. Cuz you still have the confident look. It's less he's admiring and more like, "Oh, I'm about to do something," which might be good. I'll delete this. Let's see what it looks like when just the other one's there. I don't know if I like that better. Yeah, I don't like that as much. Hmm. Hands on the hip it is. Uh, hmm. I don't know. Yeah, I think I like the arm out. I think the arm out's cooler. Oh, oops. Ah, do I have to draw it again? Come on. Alright, I'm gonna draw it again. Because I did like it better. Yeah, and then I could do like cursed energy burst or something. Like a whoosh. Cause I like how flowy cursed energy is when it comes to the anime at least. in the manga. No, it's just as flowy. Yeah, if not more. One thing I love, slight spoilers, not even, but like there's a girl in the anime that comes and she has the power of sky, and what it does is she can like kind of warp the space, and how it's drawn is just so cool because everything is just pulled with her, like with her pulling the thing. It's really cool in my opinion. I like the idea that this is a onesie, and then he has his sleeves exposed so he could move in different ways and directions. Um, but what would be interesting is um, the mythology, like in Jujutsu Kaisen, the a lot of stuff is based off of Japanese mythology and looks like it's sourced from Japanese mythology. So if you go to different regions, their magic might reflect the region and the region's history and mythology. So, if you go to America, maybe maybe not without making this guy, but maybe there'll be like the native myths and legends. Maybe that would be incorporated in their form of jujitsu. And if you go to Europe, or you might have like a Viking version, for example, right? Or you go to Greece, it would be based off of the Greek mythology with the gods and Zeus and everything like that. I think that would be pretty cool. Pretty cool to see. I don't think we're going to see it, but I think that'd be pretty awesome. How I'd make his school uniform is I would do it. I'd make it red, like a deep red, to converse the deep blue the of the Japanese jujitsu school. And I don't see how there couldn't be other jujitsu schools, especially with places with huge populations. The more population, the more fear there would be, which means the more cursed energy would be around, Which means the more there should be people to deal with that cursed energy. Does that make any sense? Am I crazy? Just based off of how I understand it, but obviously, author understands it more than me, I would assume. But no, how the story goes, I think it's more character driven than world driven. So I don't think that we'll go anywhere else. Um, yeah, I don't think we're gonna see any other like land masses. I think we might see. Uh, yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna go anyway. And if there are other wizards, I don't think we're gonna see them in other places. I could be wrong. I might be wrong, but I think that's pretty cool to start with. And I'll make sure it definitely looks like a like a baseball. And he's looking down. Should I make him look to the side a little bit? No. I like the idea he's looking straight down. He throws it up and then poof, hits it right there. It's like a meteor, a meteor attack. All right. So let's turn that red. And let's turn down the opacity. That's good enough. And then let's go to the harder pencil brush. Usually when I do art, like I could do a finished ink off of this, but I usually use this one, which is which is it's still great. Jeez. All right, which is that. I like a little texture to my inks, but that. But it always makes it harder for the fill tool, which pisses me off consistently. But there's an easy fix for that too. But when I do my sketches on here, I use this guy, which I used for ink brushes for a while and then I stopped. I don't know why. But it's not as texture driven, but it is nice and dark. It works. It brings it almost to a finish, in my opinion. But let's turn this down. Oh, whoops. Hotkeys annoy me sometimes because they'll and I like to go thicker when I'm sketching. I'll go like a 10 pixel when it's like for a comic or something, but when it's for a sketch, I'll go like well, it depends on the brush, I guess. But yeah, I'll go like a 20 or a 30 just cuz I don't know why. That's too thick. See, I'll go usually 20 when it's a sketch. Or if I'm about to paint, and I know I won't use the line, it's the same thing. It's for my rough brushes. I usually go about 20. But what was I talking about? I think I was talking about oh yeah, the different forms of jujitsu and different mythology you could see from those powers and what different places would have different styles of using it, and that's always fun to see. I love when people go other places and they're like, "Oh, you're using your chakra to do what?" For example. That's something I don't really get. How in Naruto, I know we're not talking about Naruto. It doesn't matter. This is a long stream, so we can talk about whatever we want. But how Naruto, how there's like only family led techniques, and it makes sense for Naruto, I mean for the Uchihas, right? But and I guess it makes sense for the other guys, the Hyugas, right? But I don't know. I think hold on, I might make this brush smaller. It's just It's too fuzzy for me right now. All right, that's better. Oh yeah, I don't get how like wood style. Why is that like why can't people learn dojutsus, right? If they have enough finesse, you'd think they'd be able to just learn how to mix different chakra types, because that's all the dojutsus are, or not dojutsu. Dojutsu's eyes. Keke Genkai. That's all a Keke Genkai is, right? Like the other guy, the old man, he has a Keke Toda, and that's like three of them mixed, right? And you think if you're just nice enough, you could be able to do that, right? Enough chakra control. Like Sakura should be able to should be able to do stuff like that because she is so nice with it. Sasuke, I heard in a light novel, maybe did something like that, but I don't know how that works with Sasuke and Naruto because they're like supposed to be gods right now. Even though if you read Boruto right now, I don't know. But Boruto's a whole nother thing. I've expressed a lot of times on this channel how much I don't love the story direction of Boruto, but that is also a an end of Naruto thing too, right? I don't think though Tsutsuki should have ever been introduced. I like the story of just ninjas being ninjas, right? I think that's a great story in and of itself. And then you have this overlying thing about talent versus hard work, which was kind of it was kind of not retcon, but it was kind of thrown away because then it's like, okay, talent, hard work sounds good. That's a good message. And then this guy's like the reincarnation of a of a god, and he has this magic animal within him that has all the power. He's the strongest thing on the earth, and also it's like, oh, that's his father is the like. If you're actually gonna do that, Rock Lee would be the main character, which would be cool. That's Black Clover, right? But honestly, Black Clover probably got to a point where Ost is something too. Anytime someone hides their lineage, like someone hides the main character's lineage, it's kind of gonna be like, oh, they were meant to be this way. I assume. I don't know. I haven't read Black Clover in a long time, but I assume that's it. I think Yuji's gonna. It's gonna be like that for Yuji, too. Kind of. I don't know. I think yeah, Yuji's gonna come from some old ancient whatever to even take in Sukuna. Like the odds of that are crazy, and then how many fingers he's had, even just in the anime. Is ridiculous. That's supposed to kill a regular Jujutsu sorcerer, much less a whole a newbie who doesn't know anything about any of this stuff, you know? So I think that's definitely going to come out eventually. That he's some a part of some special clan, or he's the reason the way he is because of something that happened to somebody, you know, something along those lines. But again, I could be wrong. Who knows? I'm not in the guy's head. Hmm. I always have trouble with glasses. That's why I tend to just draw the circle ones because it's just circles. It's easy. But when it comes to the frames for other glasses, it's just like, oh, I always have a weird issue with it. That's not that bad. Hmm. It's a little off, but barely. Okay. Ugh, it's off. I think it's thicker. That doesn't help me. Oh, no, it's not. Is it this side? Huh. What's wrong with it then? Whatever. That's a sketch. I don't have to think about it too much. Um, but I think that if we did a jujutsu tour and seen all the that would be a cool book. Like if you wanted to end Jujutsu Kaisen, but also do like a small spin-off. That's just like kind of self-contained. Would be a jujitsu tour, and you go through all the other. Sorry, the music I'm listening to is distracting me. And just do like a few pages on what's up with like a few pages and sketches on what's up in each area. I think that'd be awesome. I'd definitely buy that. But I'm someone who likes lore because I like to uh, I like to create. So I like to see, hey, what's behind this? Because I would like that for every thing that I like a book full of just force users and how different species and groups use the force. I think would be tight. And you're telling me there's one way to use the force, and you have they're all in either this order that's good or this order that's bad. Or you can even go to the extended stuff and say the Great Jedi, and then this order that's neutral. There's good, bad, neutral, and nothing else. And then you have the witches of Dathomir, Bathomir, something like that. Anyways, and I don't know if they use force or the magic that they use is just like something different. Is that a part of the frame? I think this might just go straight. I'm just gonna erase all of that and just make it straight across. Yeah. What's up with the Witches of Dathomir? Is that the Force, or is that just magic? And they just have a whole ass magic in the Star Wars universe? Because that is something I don't think they explain, at least not in Clone Wars. That I caught on to. Anyways, I don't know. But yeah, that looks a little better than the curved one. Yeah, I like that. Um, but yeah, I like power systems and I like to know how they work. So in any universe, I'm like, hey, do a deep dive. I'm reading a book right now. It's the first one's called Spellslinger. I'm on the second one called the Shadow Black, and it's got magic in it. I'm like, anytime I find out something new about the magic, I'm like, oh, tight, this is awesome. And I'm here for a training montage too, right? Because that always makes you learn more about it too. I don't know. I just like power systems. And if there's a clever way to make it stronger, like like if stands in JoJo's Bizarre Adventures was more of a progression of Ripple, I think that would be Ripple, right? Or spin Ripple. I think that would be cooler than it just being a separate thing altogether. But it's still cool because, like, who doesn't love a stand, you know? Who doesn't want a stand? I'll take a stand. I don't know what it'd do, but hey, I'm here for it. It's not like getting mutant powers where you just you could be fuzzy and blue, or you can warp all of reality. Mutant powers are crazy when you think about it. I know I'm all over the place with what I'm talking about, but it's not even all gonna connect. I'm just here babbling about nothing, but I'm having fun doing it, and I hope you're having fun watching. Plus, like, draw along with me. That's what I encourage. Not everyone has to, obviously. Treat this as a podcast too. But hmm. But yeah, if it if a genie came and was like, "Hey, would you rather stand or X-Men powers?" I would. Ah, no, I'd probably take X-Men powers because honestly, it doesn't. Because you could get. They're kind of similar because you could get a useless power for both of them. One, you could get your appearance changed. The other, I guess, in both ways, they're similar. One could change your appearance and one can't, but they could both like be hell for you. Because, but you could also get a really good one, like all of a sudden you could just stop time. That's tight, right? But come on now. Ugh, my other screen stopped. I hate when it does that. I gotta make sure it doesn't. Usually it happens with me constantly moving. Anyways, oh, if you choose, I think there's more room for danger if you choose the X-Men powers, but it's also more room for getting an awesome like Omega level power, right? You could get something that's like, oh, you don't lose. But I guess in the other vein, you can get something where you always win, right? Because there's a power like that in JoJo's. So, and I think I'd rather be in the world of JoJo's too, because there's less stuff that could harm you. A, but B, if you have the power system, it's more likely that you're the strongest person in your area. With the Marvel universe, it's just like, oh yeah, no, you're probably the lowest on the totem pole. Maybe not. It's possible you're not. It's possible you can have some crazy reality warping, magic, weird powers, but chances are that that's not the case. Chances are that's not the case because you have space aliens, and I feel like his head's too small. But yeah, chances are, even in the school you're in, that you're not even close to the strongest. Talking about Jujutsu Kaisen, I thought like when he first shows up in that little like, oh, there are two students that could possibly get to my level when Gojo's talking, um, and then they show both Hikari and Okuyasu. I felt like I seen Hikari and I'm like, yo, he's got to be a black guy, right? Because if you look at the picture, his hair is black, it's in twists, and even his mouth is out, right? It's like his lips are bigger. So I'm like, that's definitely a black guy, right? And then I seen him, and I'm like, oh, I love his design, but I'm slightly disappointed. I always like to have my black people in in anime, but to the point where Killer Bee, one of my favorite Naruto characters, not my favorite, definitely not my favorite. Rock Lee is probably my favorite, but one of top five, definitely top five. I'm gonna make his head a little bigger. And I'm gonna make his nose and mouth wider because they look too small to me, I think. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure they look too small to me. Oops. That's better. Alright, I like that. And he looks more devious now. I don't know why, but that made him look way more devious. It's probably the bigger smile, just made it look crazy, which I'm here for. Okay, now. Alright. Gotta give him the fade because it's the coolest hairstyle. And and I don't know. I'm liking the fade. I could do something else, but I feel like if we're doing American black, that's a staple hairstyle. It's the big fade, like the fade high top, and then it's the regular fade, and it's just what, bald with a beard. I think that's like the three. If you're going main, like there's obviously other stuff you can do, but black hair. But I feel like that's the main when it comes to specifically American black. Because obviously you can go dreads, you can go twists. Twists are always good. You can go afro. Afro's a good one, and that is American black. But that's just also natural. But see, as a younger guy, and I don't see a lot of younger guys with afros nowadays. Nowadays, I say that like a mold. This guy looks devious, and I'm here for it. Yeah, definitely looks like he's up to something. Like he's about to use his final attack or his surprise attack. All right, so and then this kind of looks like Bon from Seven Deadly Sins, like his shirt. Is he sleeveless too? I don't think so. I think he has sleeves on. Because it's all red as well, so I don't want to be ripping him off. Boom. Seven Deadly Sins. Oh, why did I think he had a circle in his chest? Is there a circle in his back, maybe? Because it's just an open shirt. Huh, I don't know. He has drip. He has that I don't give a shit drip. Ugh, his girlfriend's weird. She's older than him. That's good. She also looks like a child. That's always iffy. But it's different than Meliodas, who actually seems to like that. So uh, um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Escanor's dope. Escanor. This guy's just out here being a menace. Why would I pity someone weaker than me? It's so badass in my opinion. I think it's hilarious too. I should go. I wonder if Seven Deadly Sins is finished. I watched the beginning of it, and then I don't know. I don't remember where I stopped because I was enjoying it. I think maybe the season just ended and the animation got bad, so I was like, I'll probably just read it, and then never got to do that. Like, never got to doing that. But I enjoyed it. What's happening? I hate when this happens. Ugh, so stupid. Sometimes this pen just stops working for no reason, and I don't get why. And it sucks because this is like the Windows Pen 2, and the one which I have right here never had any problems. I used it for years before the nib broke off, and I think I just need a new nib for it. But I got the 2 thinking it'd be better. Feels less like an actual pen. It's not as good. Okay, what are we doing? Like, it's on screen, it just won't draw. Ugh, I hate when this happens. Technical difficulties. Jeez. That's my mouse. Okay, maybe now. No, what the shit? Ugh, so stupid. Alright, let me see. Shutting it down, opening it. Oh, wrong thing. And opening it back up to see if that does anything. Sometimes it does. Oh, look how cool that's going to be. And I made sure it was all charged up this time, because last time it didn't charge. Hmm. Ugh, I hate that this is a thing. Because it's here. The trackpad is there. It's just not like clicking. I'll get to it. I don't know why it's doing this. This is so frustrating. Yeah, I'll draw with the mouse for a little bit, and hopefully it I'll put it on in the charger, which is also the phone with the key case. I have a few problems with the new Windows tablet. Um, but also is what it is. Whatever. So now, this is what I do for you guys. I'll draw with a mouse. I have to focus way more for this. I know that there are and were, when this first came out, people who just drew with a mouse, and I don't know how they did that. That is insane to me. Because I'm out here like, it's not the right thickness. And then it must have taken so long. And digital art, for me, already takes long. Longer than I would like, anyways. And longer than when I do pencil, at least if I'm sketching. I think that's the case. Obviously, when I'm doing the finished piece, there's a lot of things that will help you go faster. But but jeez. All right, let me see if this is working now. There we go. All right, it's working now. Let's go. I hate when that happens. It makes absolutely no sense. There we go. Well, I got one good line when it came to the when it came to the mouse. And painting would be a little easier with the mouse, but also like, oof, not easy enough. then over here, we'll just make all black, because that's something I'm also trying to learn. I'm trying to make sure that I fill in my blacks correctly, because that's a problem I have when I'm doing comic art. I'll do just like a bunch of line art, and there's something to just blacking it out that just works. That's why everyone who does ink will do it, right? So I have shadow, like using halftones and stuff, but yeah, blacking it out, there's something nice about it. And this is gonna be another just like Chad character. You'd get along with Toto and Hikari. And then just throw a little some buttons there. And if I knew how it looked off jump, I would draw the Jujutsu school symbol, or the Jujutsu, like, I don't know, the thing that they have on their buttons, the swirl, like the 3-prong swirl or whatever it is. All right. Sometimes when I focus, I forget to speak, and I apologize about that. If you are watching, I value your attention. I don't like that. I'm going to instead do the same thing that's here, which is just like an outline and probably a different color, like red and blue or red and white or something of the sort. Ooh, I like red with with blue trim, and then anything silver, like any buttons or anything metal, is silver, right? And then you get the red, white, and blue in there. Because again, an American character and anime always likes to ham it up when it comes to to their Americanness. They make it like super stereotypical, which I think is hilarious. All right, let me do like that. Halloween soon. I'm hype about that. Um, I'm always here for Halloween. It's one of my favorite times because I like to see people dress up. It's an excuse to eat candy or chocolate for me, in my opinion, and you get to party, which is my favorite part. Who doesn't want to go to a party? Am I right? So that's what I'm doing for costume. I'm gonna be Hades, god of the dead, because the last 3 years, or 3 years, 3 years I've dressed up anyways. I've been a cowboy, and people called me out for that last year, so I'm like, oh, gotta switch it up. But that's gonna be good. I have to figure out what I'm doing still, which is it's like 4 days too. It's probably not a great sign, but I hope I'm doing something. I just gotta talk to my friends, see what they're doing. Usually the best way to go about it. But I haven't done any. I'm gonna do some now that I'm thinking about it, Halloween stuff. Like tomorrow, I might draw a witch, right? Because Halloween, there's no way I could just let that go. And I didn't do Inktober this week or this year, so I'm gonna do something. Like there's it's the 25th. There's 5 days till, or 6 days till Halloween. So we'll probably make six different witches. That'd be cool. Let that keep ticking. I like I apparently like to draw the ring with the leather strapped to it as belts and stuff. I don't know why I do that, but like oh no, I'm not gonna do that. That's too cliche. I was gonna I was thinking of like I could do an American Eagle as a belt buckle, but no, I'm gonna stick to this because you still need that like older feel with the Jujutsu Kaisen. Like when it comes to some of the costumes, I feel because like Gojo, he uses the wraps on his eyes instead of glasses when he's doing his business. Um, and then you have like Ghetto straight up wearing robes, right? Like monk robes, and you have that old man. The old man that's a who's this in the yeah it was old man that's a rocker. He he dresses traditionally too for like no reason. So I think you gotta have that. So I'm like, ah, the strap buckles look like you're from the old west or something. So it's not bad. I don't. How am I gonna do that? Because you'd think it'd have to be the same. I guess not technically. Yeah, but I wonder why they do that. Like why it has to be so traditional when they're and they make a focus on like the old guard trying to keep it that way, right? Like they it's uh it's a very specific thing that they actually say in the story. That's interesting. I wonder if it like I have a book called Blood, and them dressing traditionally is part of the magic in that system, and it's part of making them stronger because um because it's a part of like the god that they worship is a part of his whole thing. So I wonder if it's like, well, magic is stronger if you dress traditionally or something of the sort. Doesn't make sense, but I think it makes sense, you know? It's an interesting thing that could be related, but I doubt it. I'm excited for Jujutsu Kaisen to come back for uh, the anime the anime to come back because even though I know what happens, I want to see a bunch of stuff animated. There's some cool stuff coming up, so I'm hype about that. Um, I'm gonna do that. Do I just like? Yeah, I think I just gotta erase that and then do this. Let's make a. Oops. Let's take that off. There. And then it's like, oh, that's a whole nother ring. Oops. And then just drop it down from there. Perfect. See, could I have done that with a mouse? I don't think so. um, um, and I love that because um, how he likes to fight. He carries around a bag full of um, baseballs. I think that's so funny because most of the time they're not fighting, right? But this guy's just like, oh, I'll have my baseballs. But I'm sure there are people who carry around weirder things. I'm super confident in that. Like, well, a weirder thing is carrying around a sword, right? Not in the context of the character, but in the context of the world. Someone's just out here carrying around a sword. What are we doing? You know, that's gonna be weird. If any of your friends was just like, "Oh, the sword's my thing now," you'd be like, "What? You need help? What happened in your life?" And he wears a onesie, so That but I'm here for the onesie. I wear a onesie every chance I get because it's so comfy. You could wear a onesie or not wear a onesie. You're probably wearing a onesie. That's what I would assume, anyways. So dumb. I recently got a bunch of books. I went to Chapters and I was just like, I'll buy all the books. And then I went home and I bought all the books I couldn't find that I went there for. I went there for 2 books. I couldn't find any of those books. But I bought 4 books. Then I came back and bought 3 books because I'm crazy. But was my original point? I don't know what my original point to that was. I can't believe I can't remember my original point. Oh, I think I gotta make that a little higher. Ooh, and I'm watching the Doom Patrol right now. It is so good. I don't know if I already talked about this on stream, but it doesn't matter because it is awesome. I think I just reached season 3, and I just seen that they have the trailer for season 4. I didn't know if it was ongoing or not, but the fact that it is, I'm hype about because I thought it ended, and I really liked the Teen Titans, and that's on Netflix. But I just got Crave, right? So HBO uh, has the Doom Patrol, and I didn't know. I didn't know. I enjoy it. And I was waiting for Cyborg to join the Teen Titans, and then I seen that he was on like a consistent character on Doom Patrol when I started watching it, and I thought he was just like a guest character, like he's someone who came through once, because I knew he was on there, but I didn't know he was consistent like that. So I'm here for it. I love Cyborg mainly from the main Teen Titans shows, from back in the day. I was like, oh, that's me. As a little kid, I'm like, that's exactly who I am. That's awesome. One cybernetics for the longest time. Hell, I'll still take them, right? Especially if they're internal. Who doesn't want to have augmented super abilities, right? Give me technopathy. I'm here for it. I'm wondering if there should be. I think it's just a basic bag. I was gonna put an extra. Yeah, no, I'll put an extra pocket in it. Like, all right, there. Got quiet for a second, but I was focusing. Then I'll have like a baseball shape peeking out. Then Trying to remember what a baseball looks like. I'll Google it. I can't even tell you the last time I've seen a baseball. Like up close. Basketball all day. Oh, I know. The last time I played baseball was the last year. Right. Was the last year of school. I was going to try out for baseball, and then I didn't. Of like high school. And then I didn't because I don't know. I don't care about it that much. Right. I was just gonna do it because my friend was on the team, so I was like, oh, that would be fun. But then I was like, whatever. Whatever. That's good enough. It's not even. Yeah, you're not gonna see what the hell that is, anyways. Um, yeah, I think literally that's the last time I played baseball. Basketball, on the other hand, or football. Have I played football? I think I've played soccer closer than I played football, which is crazy. It's not that crazy. It's easier to play soccer. Like so much easier to play soccer than it is to play football, because you need way more people with football. You can't play a 4-on-4 football thing with an actual. Well, I guess you could. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I love drawing Dragon Ball Z pants. That's definitely where I learned to draw my pants. It's just big and flowy. And you have this, which kind of looks like a like the end of a jet, right? And it's gonna be a different color. It's gonna be the same like highlight color, like blue or white or whatever I said. And then and then you have a barefoot with the fire coming out. I think that's dope. One, then, bah. I like to make sounds when I draw. I have no clue why. Pa 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 pa. But I think a lot of people do. I don't know if that's a fact. I've actually never heard anyone do that. That's just me trying to make myself feel better. And then I'll wait on the feet because I'm not great at drawing feet. Should make his hair more black. Another thing I'm having trouble with when it comes to inking is if something is dark, just inking it dark. Which kind of surprised I have that problem because I'm always reading some type of manga. just do those little hairs just to show it's curly. Cut that down a little bit. It's a little much. Nah, it's good enough. Yeah, I think that's good. Like I said, this is another Chad-esque character, just a strong boy. Out here making quips and sports analogies. I was trying to think of one and I couldn't. I'm not a sports guy. I'll play them. I've always liked playing sports, but watching them, I've always been like, unless it's like a playoff, like playoff, Super Bowl, something like that, or actually going is fun. All the energy for with all the people. That's something I love to feel. But I could do that, or I could go to like a concert or a club or something, anywhere where the energy's high. I love the feeling. Yeah, it wouldn't be like that. So I zoom in and I'm like, ugh, hands forever difficult. There's this one guy on TikTok. I think it's hilarious because he's like, he mocks people for saying that, and he draws all his images, and they're manga-esque images too. Um, Hand first, and that's always funny to me. He's like, it's so easy. He just does it freehand. I'm out here struggling. Not really. It just takes me more than one time. Liquefy tool saves lives. Does make things so much easier. But again, like I've been saying, this is a sketch. Nothing has to be perfect. Spend more time on it if I thought it had to be, but I do not. But what I think I am gonna do is tilt his hand over a little bit so it can meet where the original one is. There we go. And so it goes. Oh no, that doesn't look like a bat. You're having trouble drawing a bat? My gosh. It's just straight lines. Never been good at straight lines. It doesn't even make sense. Anyone watch House of the Dragon? Not gonna talk on it, but the ending. It's fun stuff. Can't wait for it to come back. I'm gonna rewatch Game of Thrones now that it's over. Love Game of Thrones, and I've decided whenever, if it ever will, once Winds of Winter comes out, I'm going to read all of the Game of Thrones, like the Song of Ice and Fire, and I think that'll be fun. We're still kind of looking up at him, I think. Does this have to, here, this is what I'll do. Sometimes it's just easier to draw, to block it in and then erase. Alright. Let's turn that a little bit. Yeah, it's so much easier than drawing it. Let's go. Plus, let's get back to Jujutsu Kaisen. Plus, I want to see another country's Gojo, right? And even if they're not as strong, just like that guy, they're that dude, and then they come here and they're just like, oh my gosh, these Japanese are on another level. Because if it is the epicenter of curses, then everyone else would be kind of crap compared to them. But With them being there, thinking they're hot shit. Like, oh, I'm the first guy who can uh, melt things with my flames. Something basic, and then this guy's going and warping space and time, and you're like, what? I'm gonna make this bright. All right, let's see how so far. Ooh, I'm liking it so far. I think it looks good. Ugh, I gotta do. All right. So erase this. You try to make sure that it's at least kind of relative to each other. The lengths. Because when you zoom in, you can get real focused. And then, this guy looks like he has a monster arm, and this side is just like a normal, normal dude arm. Which I've gotten way better at now. I used to do that all the time. That'd piss me off. Because, again, not used to, I wasn't used to digital at the time. Okay, just holding it out. Alright. Oops. Alright, so finger, ba, ba, ba. I'm wondering if I should draw the ball first. Draw it after this guy. So what I don't know if I should have his cursed energy kind of like be ripping it apart. No, I don't like that. I'll even the cursed energy in the ball. Ooh, maybe that's the ultimate attack. When he has the cursed energy in the ball, it Does would that work with his power though? Yeah, no, like a cursed energy explosion. So what it is the how he uses it. He uses his bat to put the technique onto the ball, so it wherever it hits, that's where the jet comes from, and it goes. It flies, and then all the cursed energy he put on impact the explodes the baseball. I think that'd be cool. And just like a clever way to make the this pretty much short range ability a long range work for long range. And then, would I see the thumb? I don't know. I don't have a ball anywhere around here. That's too big. Got this thing, but it's too big for a like baseball. I don't think you would see it. Maybe you would, but it'd probably be like the tip of the thumb there. Let's just leave it at that. And then with stitching on the ball. That looks like a baseball enough. It's bigger than a baseball. Maybe it's so much bigger than a baseball. Maybe it's a softball. I'll get rid of that. Maybe it's more of a softball than a baseball. But I could be wrong, but I remember baseballs being smaller than that. And then let's do his, you know what? I'll just take this guy and copy it. Is two baseballs because two or not baseballs yeah, baseball bats, and because two is better than one. And also I like the idea of him dual wielding with the with the baseball bats. I think that would be interesting. And you could add another level to this guy and just be like, sometimes people's cursed energies will have properties, right? So You could just be like, his property is that his cursed energy is sharp, and then you have his baseball bats actually cut things because of his cursed energy. I think that'd be ridiculous. Yeah, it's looking good. Merge down. Oof, I have to, honestly, have to pee. I will be right back. Just give me a second. Let's turn the sound off too, because no one needs to hear that. And I am back. Now let's finish this up, huh? Let's just make sure the sound's working. And then. Ah, yes, it is. It is. Alright, so. Um. Let's do some details here and there. Make it look a little more realistic. We have to do the feet. Left that for last because uh, feet are worse than hands sometimes. And broken lines make it look a little more realistic, in my opinion. Because obviously there's no lines in real life, so if it's a plane change, having the lines a little broken is a little better, in my opinion. You could also leave everything solid and it just looks a little more cartoony, which there's nothing wrong with that. It just depends on depends on what you like, whatever style you're going for. I have less trouble with most of the foot. Just when I get to the toes and then they look awkward, I'm like, ah. Yeah, headphones would be too much. I was thinking headphones, but that's a lot. I'm gonna make this foot smaller too, cause geez, this guy's Bigfoot out here. My gosh. Then let's make those toes a little smaller. All right. Yeah, I think that's definitely better. Too small? No, I don't think so. All right, there we go. And then the jet. Jet fire. Oh no, I looked up jet fire because I wanted to see how the I guess jet flame would do better, and it brought up a transformer. Jet flame. Now I swear, if it brings up another transformer, ooh, all right. Oh yeah, no, it's exactly how I thought it'd look, but never hurts to be sure. Am I right? I think you know who does this? Uh, in Legend of Korra, at one point when she's fighting Zahir, she does this like jet fire foot thing, and it's real cool because it's such a different way to fly around than like Aang would fly around. Just shift it a little bit so it's straight down. Yeah, well, that's good. Should it look like it's coming from his foot? Because I like the idea that's just at his heel. Maybe I'll thin it out. Yeah, that's kind of better. I think that's better. And do I have to? Oops. No, I don't think I have to do that. I was gonna do like you know how the when curse energy like flows, it has that like inky like whoosh type of deal to it. But usually I think when there's techniques, it doesn't really come out that way. Like when Gojo does his infinite purple or whatever it's called. Um, I don't think you see any of that cursed energy flare when it's just the technique. I think it's just the purple. So I'm pretty sure I don't need that for this. But I'm gonna have that here because that's when he's enhancing. He's enhancing the ball with that pure cursed energy vibe. I wonder if I should put no. I was gonna say like circles where his knees are, so they can be there too. But I don't know what reason he would have to jet out of his knees. Like the back of his knees would make more sense. I think the foot would do everything. Like if he's going in for a kick, you go from the back of the heel. If he needs to go down really quick, it's just up from there, right? Like a stomp type deal. And that's why his because it would all just come from the feet, right? And then but his arms are more exposed because it can if he goes from anywhere in his arms, it would help out. You know? Does that make any sense? I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, no, if you jet it out of the shoulder and the shoulders are exposed, you turn that way really quickly. Right? And that would go for the punch. Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. Right? And then he has the same hole on the back of his jacket or onesie or whatever it is. So, yeah, if he needs to go fast or dodge really quickly, he can do that both with on both sides. So I think between the feet and the arms and the front and back, it works. Three, four, five. This one's coming right at you, which always looks awkward. It looks super short, but it's not wrong per se. And it's the same way his foot's relatively flat, right? A slight angle, so it's not going to. Hold on. I'm just gonna copy and paste the flame. I think Jet Flame would be such a cool power, though. Especially if you don't get hurt by it. You can't get hurt by it, by if that was the power that you had. But copy paste. Um, but the ability to like accelerate or thrust just a portion is an interesting power to me because let's make that a little bigger to show that they're not as consistent sometimes. They just are as good as he needs them to be. Gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna make it go further. And then I'll erase this. Oops. And then just add a little extra flare just to make it look a little different. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I think that's looking cool. Merge down. And am I gonna shade it? I might. No, I'm probably just going to block him in, and then the background, and then the background. There's no real foreground. I might like throw a small cloud in like that. I don't know yet though. And then yeah, one like there. Or I could do something where it's interacting with the thing. That'd be interesting. I'll sketch it out before I do it though. And for this, I'm gonna do it on a different layer. Make sure it's not horrible. And then just getting the vibe of that like wild cursed energy that happens in the that happens in the show sometimes. And it's one of my favorite ways that they depict energy in anime, because it is so like it's the same but it's different, right? There's almost like a texture to it, and I think that's cool. Like the black tendrils, and then the often was it blue? I don't know. I'm probably going to do if I do white behind this, I think that'll look cool. Now it looks like nothing, but once I put the background, Yeah, I think that'll look good. And since I'm am I finished? Yeah, I'm finished them for now. Alright, so magic wand it. Ah, alright. So I'm probably gonna have to go through and close up some gaps. Part of me getting so close, but yeah, I'm just trying to make sure all the gaps are closed so I can just select it properly. That way, it makes doing the levels very easy. And then I wonder if I got it now. Hell yeah, that's what. Almost, almost. This is not a attractive looking foot. I'm not a foot guy, but this is definitely a bad looking foot. Jeez. Um. All right, and then let's close this up. So gross selection. Another thing. 4 should be good. Yeah, that should look good. I forgot what I was about to say. I'm gonna be honest, but so I'm gonna make him darker because he's in the foreground and the sun's behind him, so he's gonna be darker. But I'm gonna add some highlights. Oh, there we go. The fire's a little to be wanting, but what I'm gonna do with that is probably add white, right? Because his energy is white, so there's no reason this shouldn't be. And then I'm going to change the brush. What was I talking about before? Oh, the magic system. I like the magic system in Jujutsu Kaisen. It it's just like different enough to be unique, but it's also easy enough that you no, 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 no. That you know what's happening. but there's some fun elements like the the domain expansion. That is one of my favorite aspects of this show, because having your own like space you can fight in that's advantageous to you and only you, I think is a cool thing to utilize. But I like also how there are ways to break that. I think that's important to have a counter for every part of your magic system. Because if you don't, one guy can be broken and it's just like, oh. Or a few people could be broken and then there's nothing to do, and that's not fun, right? So that's an important thing to remember. There should be an inverse to everything. Or not an inverse, but an attack to everything. And a defense for everything. But what I think is interesting, and they haven't done too much in it, is spells. I think they're gonna get real into spells eventually, especially when Yuji needs a power up. I think just having specific and spells that do other stuff, he's about to do some cool things. Now, I don't know that for a fact. I could be wrong. I don't think I'm too wrong. Because your own technique can't be the only way to fight. Alright, so we're gonna make the this, the jet streams, white as well, just so they stand out. Oops. Jeez. I hate when that happens. Yeah, that looks cool. I'm here for that. And then let's do a background. And then we'll, oops, do a gradient and circle, radial. We'll put it past the painting, or the sketch, so I can see what the heck is up. There we go. I'm gonna make sure the darkest dark isn't black, but just like a, not even 90%, just like maybe 80. So when I do the actual clouds, you can still see them, like still see the markings. And then we can do like let's do with a bigger brush. Oh, let's switch brush back. trying to make it like break the cloud, like the jet stream break the cloud. Which I'm kind of doing. If it was longer, like a longer canvas, I could do like a weird swirl thing going down. That's the cloud, but I don't think I need that. And maybe a wisping cloud, just like a small one going across. It'd break the image, but no, it breaks the image. I don't like that. I might do something later, but not that. I don't love that. And then cloud smaller, and then I'll do just a floor of clouds. Oh, so I was talking about domain expansions. I think this guy would have a domain expansion, and I think it would be called like Sky High, and it's just consist. It's a consistently just like you'd be consistently following basically, and that gives him the advantage because he could fly, obviously. And if he just breaks the domain, you're falling from whatever height he put the domain in, and depending how you can recover from that, that can just be lethal in and of itself. But yeah, no, if you try fighting someone who could fly in the air, it's probably not going to do like it's not going to be great for you. So that's a pretty simple domain idea that I think would be pretty powerful for him. I don't know why I'm avoiding him. I could just put this under. There we go. Under where he is already. But I like that ability for him. Because I was thinking, and if his power is jets, and usually the domain has something to do with what power you have already, I could do like it's just a landscape full of like fire and jet fire and stuff like that. But I don't think that's as fun. I like the idea that it's in the sky, and that has something to do with his whole baseball thing too, right? Because it could also be called like flyball or something like that. Like, isn't that what that's called when in baseball? When I don't know baseball, but I think that's what that's called in baseball when you hit something too far, it just goes out of the stadium. And then in the background, I'm gonna have these these mountains peeking out of the clouds, showing that there's some landscape beneath, but we're just up that high. Okay. I think that's looking good. And then, so if we're doing, so I'll make this the darkest, but, and I'm leaving a little, like, space for the light. Because the sun is literally right there, so it's obviously going to cast a highlight. And speaking of highlights, I might just make the clouds white. Like the lines for the clouds white. I think that makes sense. So that is going to be dark. Let's go maybe 70. $80. 85. And then we'll go lighter for this, which I'm gonna make it lighter than our guy over here, who is at 70 right now. So it's probably gonna be like 60. They still want darker, not completely. Ah, shit. I hate when I do that. Sometimes I forget it's on new rather than add, because why would it ever be off add? Okay, that's 60. I'll erase that, all the excess. And then let's from here. We'll go lighter. I don't know how light though. I've just noticed I became mostly silent. So, gonna start saying something. I think that 50. I think that I'm starting to like that. That it'd also be beneficial for the. I don't know what color I'd make the mountains. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I'm just gonna do full color. Um, for them to do different regions with cursed energy is because it could teach our current cast something, right? And they all need to get stronger because most of them are like are pretty new to cursed energy. Our main character included, Yuji, not included, but especially, right? Because everyone else is kind of figuring it out, other than him. Um, kind of, depending where you're at in the series. No spoilers. Uh, but which tomorrow a new episode comes out, I think. So, or a new chapter comes out, I think. So, I'm hype about that. But and there's some interesting stuff happening. Okay, so uh, and then behind it, I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do behind it actually. I'll make the mountains darker than the clouds, though. That only makes sense. It'll teach people. We go into new mythologies, which is always fun, I think. Um, but I love how integrated Japanese mythology is in Jujutsu Kaisen. I think that's super fun. And there's are you kidding me? And there's a little bit of is it Hindu mythology in there, and uh, you'll get some Buddhist mythology in there. Every now and again you'll just get something that means something somewhere else, and I love that. And honestly, I think I could be wrong, but I think there needs to be an anime that focuses on Japanese mythology. I can't believe that's not really a thing, right? Because you get like the Nine Tails popping up every now and again, and you get like the more you'll get a kappa or a yokai. No, that just means monster. I mean something specific, but sure, a yokai coming up every now and again. And I just think there's so much there. I'm surprised there's not like a specific world where most of it's like, oh, this is this mythology, and it's going through all the spirits and gods, and because it could be a battle manga, and it could just be that. And if I'm wrong and there is that, let me know, because that is something. Oh, are you kidding me? It didn't. Ugh. Sorry, it it didn't select this. Selection came off because it was on new for some reason. But if there is if there is a manga or anime like that, let me know, because that is something I'm real interested in. Love everyone's mythology, the stories and the god. It's just always so interesting to me. So yeah, that's definitely something I'm interested in. So if you've made it to this point and you know of one, let me know. So we'll go slightly darker. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, what's it look like without the sketch there? Yeah, I think I'm still gonna draw the sun. And let's put the this back. But while I'm here, I also want to see what this would look with a white um, with a white line work, because the sun's there. It could just look oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I'll just make it a little off-white. There we go. I like that. Then I might do the same thing with the sun. I don't know yet, though. Oh, that's why. I always like making the sun, if I'm doing stylized, a little stylized, I always like making it burst a bit. Like it's in the midst of exploding. Which it is, technically. It's consistently exploding. This could like look like a power and not a sun, but I don't care. I like the way it looks, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, like it's moving, kind of. All right, let me turn off the this. And then I might put a no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm basically doing that now. Put like there's a starburst tool. I was gonna say I might just put that there, but I'm kind of doing that anyways. And then yeah, I'm probably gonna turn this white, and then keep the background. But I like the sun flare. And then I'll just make the gradient darker, and then it'll pop. And make this like a there. And then closer. Hmm. Then this, instead of being 90 or whatever it is, I'm thinking, there we go. The sky's always a little darker than the clouds, I think. I don't know if that's true, but I think it's true. I don't know. uh, as long as it's still lighter than he is, it's good. Then, where's the sun? There we go. Alright, that's good enough. I think, anyways, for the sun. And then I'm going to do some highlights for the this guy, just a little bit. It was just quick highlights to make it pop slightly. This is a sketch, by the way. Just like a good sketch at this point. It's definitely not a rough. I'm gonna switch the eraser just because I like using the same brush as the eraser. Oh, I'm gonna make the glasses darker too. That's definitely something I have to do. I think this is looking cool so far. It's doing something. Final details, I feel like I have to pay attention, so I'm not talking as much, and I apologize. But I'm just trying to make sure, the finals in this look good. Technically, light would be on the bottom here too, but I'm not going to worry with that. One light source for now. No, I don't think that side gets light. Or at least not like the other side. This guy looks like a villain, though. I didn't want him to look like that at the beginning, but there's something about the deviousness in his face that's just like oof. Um, sure, let's say it reaches even here, which I don't think it would, but there. Oops. And then I'm gonna darken the glasses. So let's go up here. I think the dark glasses will look cool and devious. Throw like a 90% type deal. And then, okay, swatches. What's that? 85, 90. Yeah, I think that's dope. And that's the only one colored that way? Tight. Now I'm wondering if I should lighten or darken the suit. I don't know if I need to, but hold on. Where's the sun? I don't know if there's a difference from the 75 to... Oh yeah, there's a little difference. I'll keep it bright. The color of the buttons too, because we're taking some artistic license here, people. It's a necessity. What color is that? That's not white. That's probably more... Yeah, it's whatever that is. Yeah, perfect. That's, what is that? 10%. Have that go down a little more. Looks like it hits it. That doesn't make sense, but I don't care. Looks cooler. I think that's cool. Now, I don't know whether to make him lighter or darker, though, because I think when it comes to his feature, like, let's try 50. Oh, that's cool, but no. It's definitely not 50. $65. I think I have to change the back, whether it's lighter or darker. It's got to change a little bit. That's kind of cool. I like that. And then, maybe, when it comes to him, we go. What's 50 look like? Washes him in a little bit. So, 60, which is the same as that. What is that? 70. Same, same as before. Let's do a 65. Okay, if I take away the line. Okay, it is different. It's definitely darker. Yeah, I think that's good. I'll do that. That looks so cool. That looks like a villain. Like you don't know who who came to help the villain side. Yeah, I think that's cool. I don't think I need any more shading, personally. Especially that this is just a sketch, it's not a full illustration. I think that's fire. I personally think it's pretty cool. Alright. Grouped it all together. This is week 2, number 1. It's 75%, so you can still see like the inside, kind of. But yeah, that's my original Jujutsu character from the U.S. I think it looks pretty cool. Um, I could have talked more about Jujutsu Kaisen, but I also talked a bunch. I think I don't know. Yeah, no, that's it. I'm gonna hop off. It is late, so I hope if you watched this far, you enjoyed. Go follow my social medias at you see it down there, Trudell, the Comic God, and like, follow, subscribe, do all that stuff. Leave a comment down below. Who's your favorite Jujutsu Kaisen character, and or what's your favorite Jujutsu Kaisen ability? I think those are both very important questions considering what we did here today. All right. I hope that you guys have a beautiful rest of your day and live life 365, people.